Hello friends, and welcome back to my crafty space. My name is Crystal, and in today's video, I'm going to be putting together my first story using the Care Story Kit from Ali Edwards for Story Kit Crush. If this is your first time hearing about Story Kit Crush, this is a series that I run every single month where I choose one story kit and use that month to tell as many stories and use up as much of the product as possible. If you are a subscriber to the kits and this is one that you have, but you're struggling to figure out some stories to tell, I also have a story planning video where I take you through the process of planning out all of the different stories that I would like to tell with this kit. So you can check that out. I will put a link up at the eye for you. For this story today, I am working inside of a pocket page notebook, which is a traveler's notebook that has these clear plastic pockets in between the pages. This story today is mostly inspired by the wood veneer piece that says Caring Deeply, and you'll see more about that once we get into the process and once I read the journaling to you at the end of this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the process for putting together today's layout. All right, so jumping into my layout for today, first what you're going to notice is that I originally had designed this layout to have one full page photo on the left-hand side, but I actually changed my mind when I was going through my photos and I decided to do 4 photos instead. So I'm just going to have a collage. And I turned all 4 of those photos black and white because they had various colors through all of them and it just was a lot to look at. And by making them black and white, they go a little bit better together. I printed those out at 2 inches wide by 4 inches tall. So that's going to let me have a little tiny bit of white space in between the photos, giving it that grid-like look. And then we're just going to go ahead and adhere them down. To make this much easier on myself, I created my own template in Photoshop just with some shapes, some general shapes. I made rectangles and moved them into the 4 1/4 by 8 1/4 canvas, printed those off where the boxes were gray, so then I could just go ahead and adhere my photos directly down into those rectangle spots. It makes that whole process way easier for me. For the journaling portion of this layout, what I'm going to do is take this pattern paper here. I don't even know who this paper was by because I only had this tiny little section of it left. So I'm not sure if it is like a Vicky Boutin paper or if it's an Amy Tan paper. I don't know. I'm leaning towards Amy Tan, but I really don't know who that paper is by, but it's perfect for the colors. I cut down a piece of it. I believe it's about 2.5 inches by 4 inches or maybe 3.75. And I'm just going to add that in the top with the corners not rounded. I originally thought I would round all the corners, but I like the way that it looks with the straight edges since it's going at the top of my layout here. I don't know, it feels right for it to have straight edges and not rounded corners. So I have that adhered down to the top of my journaling. Then I'm going to put some adhesive on the back side of this wood veneer. This one says Deep Care on it, and this was the inspiration piece for the entire story. I originally was adding my roller adhesive and then thought better and decided to put my stronger double-sided score tape adhesive from scrapbook.com on the back side, just so that it holds it nice and strong on the paper. I don't have to worry about it falling off. From here, we're going to add the same adhesive onto the back of these pages, and then I can go ahead and put them down in my pocket page notebook. I don't remember if I mentioned this before, but this notebook comes from a shop out of Australia called The Stamp Spot. You can look that up online, and they do ship both, within Australia, but they also ship internationally. So if you're looking for this particular product, you can find it there, and I'll make sure to link it in the description box below as well. So we've got the photo page is in the album, and here is the journaling page in the album, and that is just going to leave me with the pocket portion. For this, I have pulled out 3 of the felt butterflies. These were an add-on for the Care Story kit, and I really, really liked them. A lot of times I will purchase add-ons if they are made out of materials that I can't necessarily make myself. So for example, I cannot make the butterflies as intricate as these are for sure. And sometimes if there's like rubber or pleather, like those are things I can't necessarily make. So a lot of times I will go ahead and purchase those. And whether I use them for Story Kit Crush or I use them in other projects, it doesn't matter that much to me. I just like having them. So for this one, I was originally going to put my butterflies cascading up the entire pocket, but then I decided that I wanted to have them go below the title piece. So they're just going to go like this. They're still cascading up, but they're not going to cover up the title. I took the chipboard piece that says caring for each other, or something along those lines. And I added that on top of the large yellow butterfly, and then stuck that all the way down in the pocket and stapled it in place with my tiny attacher. This is a lot of times what I do with these pockets is put these embellishments inside and then use my tiny attacher to staple them exactly where I want them to go. That way they don't move, but they are still kind of sort of freestanding in the pocket. Like they're not, they're technically not, like adhered. Like I didn't have to use glue to adhere them. They have a little bit of give to them, that sort of thing. And I like the way that it looks with the bit of transparency there. So we've got all 3 of those adhered down in. I am going to add a date stamp right underneath my journaling. And then once I do that, this layout will be complete. So what we'll do is I'm going to do this. We will slow back down, and then I will go ahead and read my journaling to you. So let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, friends, that completes my layout for today. I hope you enjoyed the process of seeing this one come together. If you did, I would love a thumbs up down below, and also make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you can catch all of my future crafty videos as well. Let's go ahead and read through the journaling for this story before we say goodbye. So, caring deeply. Erin and I often have conversations about what it means to care deeply for each other and our kids, and how we can improve as both parents and spouses. What does it mean to be a good parent, a good spouse, a good friend, a good person? And what does it look like to care deeply for one another? Honestly, I think asking the question already shows a great deal about a person's character and desire to care. If we weren't always looking for ways to improve, to connect deeper, to care more, I think that would say a lot about our depth of care. The fact that there is a desire to improve shows we care about our family and each other. It says a lot. Pondering this question and reflecting back on our lives these last few months, I can tell you without a doubt that deep care comes from genuinely being interested in another person. It comes when we are able to think of someone outside of ourselves and ask the question, what can I do to make their day better? Deep care comes when we take time out of our day to reach out, offer kind words, ask questions, and listen to the answers. Deep care comes when we put down our to-do list, clear our schedules, and just be with the people we love. Deep care comes from connection and a desire for deeper connection. I care so deeply for my family and friends, and while I know I could be so much better at showing it, I hope they can feel just how much they mean to me. So for this story, I paired it then with the photos from the last couple of months with just pictures that show some moments of care, and I really, really, really like the way that this one came together. All right, friends, well, that is going to be it for today. I will be back again next Friday with another story using the Care Story Kit. for this series. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye, friends.